So hey friends, I thought I would pop on and show you how to do my fussy cutting because a lot of you hate it. I didn't used to love it, but I'm starting to enjoy it a little bit more. So first of all, you need to find a really nice pair of scissors. So I've got these little Tim Holtz ones that I like using, but everybody's different. Secondly, let me just speak about something that really is important to me. This is fussy cutting. It is not fuzzy cutting. I won't tell you what I tell the ladies when they tell me they're going to be fuzzy cutting. But yeah, I am fussy cutting. So I want these suitcases. I'm going to use this suitcase. So, and I think I might use this little bit here. So all I'm doing is I'm just cutting roughly around the outside. When I have things like this, circles, I look for a circle punch. I don't like cutting circles. They're way too difficult. So I might not have a big enough one at home. No, I don't. That's probably close to a 3-inch. You see, it's always important when you fussy cut to have a good cup of tea or coffee next to you. Yep, this is a 3-inch, which I don't have here. So I'll make a plan for that. But any of these others, I will look for a little circle punch to punch out. That's 3/4 too big. So I'm going to look for my 1/2 inch. And if you have a look, it doesn't fit around the outside, so you don't get the little outside piece. But I love the fact that it's going to cut this out. Whoops. It's pretty perfect. So I'm happy with that. So that's one of my little tips. You don't have to fussy cut because you can use a circle punch. Do it. I also like to cut the bits that I have to fussy cut and just get them all separated. Let me see. I'm a bit like a bull in a china shop because when I have to fussy cut, I've always got a million things to do. So just going to take these and cut them into pieces, and then I'll get started showing you how I fussy cut. But I'm not saying that I'm the world's greatest fussy cutter, but I just want to show you what works for me. Okay, so it's like I said, it's important to have a really nice pair of scissors. I just want to have a look here. That looks almost like a 1-inch. It's 1-inch to the outside. So if you want that white bit there, I'm going to have a look at my 3/4 inch and see it's going to be too small. It looks okay on this one. That works pretty well. It doesn't matter that I've left the bits there. I'm super cool with that. So this is like the fun part to do, is punching out the bits, because it's like super easy. Whoops. Okay, so I've got these little guys done. For obvious reasons, I'm not going to cut out the entire page. I don't want to sit here and watch me cut an entire page with. So I'm just cutting a few bits out so that I can show you. Okay, so what I do is I rest my arms or on a desk if there's a desk close to me. And a lot of the new paper now has a guiding line, and it depends totally on you whether you like to have a small white line, like the small outline, or whether you want a large outline. So I don't like a massive outline, and I also don't like to chalk things to death. So you'll see generally I cut a smallish white like border. Okay, and then you'll see that I hold my right hand, which is holding my pair of scissors, relatively straight. I don't do much movement with them. And then I move my left hand. Have a look at my left hand. It's guiding where everything has to go. And I find that way, I'm also supported on my desk. You can see my arms are on my desk. I find that way is just a super easy way of getting a relatively neat fussy cut. If you like a bigger border, you're welcome to leave a bigger border, but there we go. Not much effort, one done. Okay, so just to go through it again, I keep my right arm still other than opening and closing the scissors, and I do all my movements with my left hand. Super easy. Definitely helps you to get a nice, look how quick that was. Definitely helps you to get a really nice border. It's nice and easy. I mean, look how quickly I'm fussy cutting, and I used to be the slowest fussy cutter ever. So it's just a case of finding what works for you, finding the technique, and I find this technique works for me. Oh, that's one little tip I want to give you before I stop the video. If I've got a corner, I try and start before the corner. I find it quite difficult to cut the corner if it's the last thing to cut. Okay, so what I mean is, there's the corner. So instead of starting at the end, I'm going to start near the corner and cut that corner. It's just much easier to turn. Super duper easy and neat. Actually, now I found it quite therapeutic. Probably am not the world's fastest fussy cutter, but it's not a race anyway, so who cares? So this is the last one I'm showing you. I've shown you a couple. I suppose my right hand is moving a little bit. But my left hand is doing all the movement. And if you need to get rid of the pieces, cut them away. Done. I think that's pretty okay. Thanks for watching.